Are you stuck? What about unhappy? Join Alena Chapman, author, mentor, and life coach for 30-minute moments as she challenges you to get out of the doldrum and start living your life to the fullest. It's time to celebrate that life with 30-minute moments.
Welcome to 30-Minute Moments. I'm your host, Alena Chapman, and as you know, this is all about you and the betterment and ease in your life. So when you hear those nuggets, you hear those little gold gems, apply them. Don't just say, oh, that's nice, Alena. No, apply it into your life so that you can live with that ease and flow. And today, I love this. I love her name, actually. I'm going to say it, Cuing Jones. I could say that all day. It's such a pretty name. It just,
that's right.
Yeah, it goes right off the tongue. It's so pretty. But who is Cuing Jones? Well, she's a PE teacher and wellness blogger, nutritional curriculum writer, and an encouragement enthusiast. I love that. Don't you want to live your days just being that cool? And an author of a new devotional, Running in Church Can't Count for Cardio. 12 practical prayers to ignite your weight loss journey. This is so cool. So on Sunday, guys, when you're running to church, you can't count that as your cardio. Okay. Having had a lifetime experience with being overweight or obese from childhood into turning 40, Cuing has a unique, empathetic, and engaging voice that shines through in all her collection of reflections, reflecting, and specifically for supporting weight loss success. Okay? So she's taking a new look. That's what we're going to talk about. Taking a new look at your weight loss and your weight to begin with. You know, this is cool. All right. Hello, Miss Cuing. How are you?
Hello. I am doing well. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you today. Looking forward to this conversation.
Oh, I am too. So I would love to know, you know, when we are overweight or not happy with our weight, I do know that it has to start inside, like everything else, inside. Why is it that I'm eating all those carbs? Could it be that I'm Italian and I just love pasta more than life itself? Or what is it that people have to look for when they look inside? What do you help them to do?
I'm so glad you pointed that out because I am helping people. I desire to help people to first even realize what you said, Alena, because there are so many people who are on a weight loss journey, a fitness journey, and they haven't even gotten to that part yet where you realize it comes from within. I believe that there is the spirit, soul, mind, body flow. That's
always
how I believe weight loss should be approached.
Life.
But what we do is we do it upside down. We want to start with the body. Because when I share with people about my weight loss story, I've lost over 100 pounds going from a size 22. You know, I've got all those ranges all the way down to a 4. But what happens is, but people want to know, well, what did you do? How long did it take? What did you eat? How did you work out?
Yeah.
It's like starting there from the body part, and it has to go way deeper than that. And like so many people, whether they're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever the case is, I've tried all these different things, and they weren't working. And I'm a pretty systematic type person. Like, I can follow a formula if you give it to me. So I would follow these formulas. I would do these things, eat this and not that, do this, you know, and I would achieve some results, but then I would just gain the weight back and with interest. So if I lost 40 pounds.
The bad interest.
Right, okay. So I would lose the weight, and then I'm going to gain some more too, you know, because I'm a overachiever. So,
I get it. You know, it's interesting. I once had a client, okay, and it was her weight, and she found herself gaining weight. And I'll tell you the truth. It was when way a long time ago, I worked at Jenny Craig, which was a weight loss center. I think it still is around. But anyway, I wasn't the normal consultant. I didn't push the food. And she just kept coming in, not losing. Okay. And I thought to myself, usually they say you have to buy more food. They're pushing the food there. And I stopped and I just said to her, you're following the food somewhat, but there's something deeper there. You're not losing the weight because of something. And being the person I am now and always have been, I said, why don't you try meditating? I did. And said, looking inside. Yeah. Look inside. Do you know what it was? You're going to die. What? She was protecting herself.
Oh, yeah.
Protecting herself from extra attention from the opposite sex.
And having lived as an obese person, I understand whatever the protecting that you're, doing.
Whatever.
We can wear our weight like a coat.
Yes.
This is my force field. Do not come in.
Don't come in.
You telling her that was breakthrough. That's why I said when you started this point of the conversation, it's about the spirit. It's about what's inside. That is breakthrough for a lot of people. When you told that lady that was probably the first time she heard it or the first time she really got that.
Yeah, she really got it. And then all of a sudden she started losing weight. But you have to understand what you're dealing with. You have to. Sometimes the discipline and the will is not enough.
It's not enough.
Not sometimes.
It might work for a minute. It'll give you some success. In the book, I talk about, what I mentioned, the spirit, soul, mind, body thing. Because you can have some success from the bottom up, but it's not lasting. So you can, eat the right foods, do the workouts. It's going to give you some success. You'll probably gain it back quickly. You can add in the mind piece. Okay, now I got some positive affirmations going. I'm listening to success stories and podcasts. So I'm losing weight and it's staying on a little bit longer. And then you move over to soul. Oh, I'm awake. I'm more conscious to some things. There's a new thing of like conscious fitness and meditation and all that.
Yes.
Then that's going to work. But we got to keep going. And if we are able to start from the top, though, now we're talking about a lifetime.
Wow.
Where you're able to get there and then stay there.
Now, let's see here. You have 12 practical prayers to ignite your weight loss. So can we talk a little bit about, because people do pray. I mean, we do that. So how can we use the prayers to help ignite? And I know some people say, oh, why am I praying about my weight? Well, my gosh, that is your body. This is how we live on earth. We're a spirit and a body.
One of them.
And why not have a body that is fully functional, that is, feels good, is getting out there, doing its best job. And what it's helping is your spirit to do that job, to create, to be, to live this life to the fullest. And the body's holding you back. So why not pray about that, right? So can you help us with that? 12 practical prayers, or at least give us a couple?
Sure. One of the reasons I think prayer is so important is because what you've said, like the spirit should be driving the body, not the other way around.
Yes.
We have, in a lot of ways, we have allowed our bodies to be our master. The body is a good servant.
Yes.
It can serve you well, but it can't be the master. The body should be the servant. We are the one leading it, mastering it. We're the ones in charge. We, as spirit, are the ones in charge of that. And so adding in that element of prayer is building up your spirit so that you can gain greater mastery over your body. With the absence of prayer and spiritual exercises like meditation, the body it's just going to continue to try to rise up and be stronger. So now you got the body trying to tell you what to do. Oh, you don't really want to work out today. Let's just mess with and chill. Hey, you've been doing so well. Go on and get that bacon cheeseburger.
That's
what the body will come up with all kinds of things. And if you've not been feeding, nourishing your spirit,
right,
then the spirit is going to oblige. Well, okay. Versus being built up. So one of the prayers is one about being transformed from the inside out by renewing your mind. So there is cognitive science behind stuff like this for people who are into neuroscience and stuff. I love Dr. Caroline Leaf. Follow her podcast. Yeah, she talks a lot about
Dr. Dispenza too. Yeah.
Those types of things.
Yeah.
And, I just love it. So it talks about how what we are setting our minds on, how that can dominate. And so the whole idea of renewing your mind is you're renewing your mind to what, and it could be whatever your thing is, but for me it's what does the Word of God say that I can do? Or what do I believe about myself, regardless of how I feel, what I look like right now, what I don't like, what am I truly believing in about myself? So praying that your mind would be renewed. Everything that you do, like some people kind of think that, well, if I'm praying, I should, something like my weight, I shouldn't pray about that. That's just something I can do. But it's not, though, because if it was, then why are we overweight and obese?
Perfect. Perfect.
And
that
great
is true.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Because there's, I read this study. Northwestern's done one. Purdue has done one.
Let's get back to that because I'm going to go on a break right now. So let's and then we'll take up right with that because that's important. You are listening to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. Let's start losing weight. That's a beautiful way for ease and betterment. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you discover your true purpose on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments. I'm your host, Alena Chapman, and we're with Cuing Jones, and we're talking about our bodies, these wonderful instruments that we have to walk this wonderful planet, and keeping them in the best shape possible. Now, you were just about to talk about cueing, a study that you had found that proves that what we do and what we think affects the body, right?
Absolutely, and especially for people of faith. So there were these studies done, and this science is also ongoing, but these particular studies that I'm talking about, I'm going to lump them together. They studied people of faith, and by people of faith, they kind of lumped us together. So there was Christian, Buddhist, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever.
Yeah.
Then, check this out, they compared the people of faith to agnostics, people who don't believe in God, and atheists, people who don't believe there is a God. Now, they found, Alena, that the people of faith were over 60% more overweight and obese than the people who either don't believe in God or don't believe there is a God. That blew my mind.
Really? That's interesting. Where was that study, just out of curiosity?
Sure. There's one by Northwestern University.
Yeah.
And another one that was done on the same topic by Purdue.
Oh,
and
wow.
There's
all in Indiana and Illinois, right in our area.
Yeah. And then there's a group called Pulpit and Pew, which I don't want to mess it up. It's not Notre Dame. It's one of the Ivy Leagues that do that one where they study these things. But I thought that was so fascinating because I'm thinking, when you're a person of faith, you have an advantage. You have a supernatural advantage of applying your faith to different areas. So Granddad is ill. I'm going to pray that he begins to feel healthier and stronger and more vibrant. I got to get this money for my tuition. I'm going to pray that the money comes in. I get an opportunity. Someone writes me a check, whatever the case may be. So it made me think something's missing here where people of faith, or how are the agnostics and atheists more fit than
agnostics do believe in God. So I think atheists are more in the line what you're saying. And so it's believing in a source. You know what? I equate it to during my hardest part of my life. And I remember when it was a horrible day queuing. And so I got in my car and I drove and I went up I swear, God, the universe just brings in things for you when you need them. That's why you pray. Yep. And so I got this rock fence. And some of you in Indiana will know what I'm talking about, this rock fence, and it's in Huntington. And I thought, oh my God, I love rock fences. Thank you so much. And I drove up to the top, and it was an old monastery. And I remember there was a clearing that looked over the town. And it was the first time in my life I sat down in I just didn't know what to do next. I was at my wit's end. And I felt the universe just come around and hug me. And you can say, oh, yeah, it's the state of mind you're in. No. Actual things real. Happen. The breeze, all of a sudden on a very still, hot Indiana day, and we do have them, all of a sudden a breeze started and just kind of touched my cheek like a kiss. Yeah. And I felt the trees lean in, and a hawk started circling right above me. All these things let me know that I am not alone. And when we feel that, people who believe in something bigger than themselves, then they understand that we are a part of it and it's a part of us. And when you do that, it gives you the power to understand that you are not alone. You're not doing this alone. You're not losing the weight by yourself. You're not doing the struggle by yourself. You're not doing anything by yourself. You know? Yeah,
that's beautiful. Wisdom, love, truth will find you. And it found you that day.
It did.
I felt, for so long. And about that whole thing about the agnostics, atheists, people of faith thing, I think the whole point of it for me was that I guess some kind of way we put weight loss and things like that in a box and think, well, I can't use my faith for that. But that's
use everything.
But like you said, anyone who is crying out, whatever you're crying out for, love is going to find you. Wisdom is going to find you. Truth will find you.
Love will find you.
And that was my thing.
Beautiful.
And then faith began to come for that. Now, that was not the beginning of my story. This is me having some success and then wanting to learn more, looking back like, why is that? And so I'm seeing now that people who do believe, people who are of faith, wherever they're placing their belief, there still is a disconnect.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's a whole good show. That's another show. Yeah, and that's a very important show to have because, I'll have a loud discussion with you on that. You're listening to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman, and we're talking to Queuing Jones. We'll be right back with my favorite part.
You're listening to 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you discover your true purpose on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments. And guess what, guys? It is the shift. I love this part because this is where I get to hear the stories and these pivotal aha moments that I just love in our life. So queuing, what is an aha moment that you can share with our listeners?
I think one of the biggest breakthroughs for me came during one of the toughest times in my life. It's one of those times where things are so bad. Oh, my God. Like, so bad where you almost feel like you're not even experiencing your life. It's like you're watching yourself go through the motions. Like I was a walker.
Robot or something. You know? Yeah, walker.
Right.
I love that. Yep.
And I would say things like, it can't get any worse than this. I remember one day I went out to get in the car, and my car had been totaled while it was parked.
Oh, my.
I found out later it had been hit by a drunk driver. And I remember standing there in front of my parked car that was completely smashed, thinking, well, can't get any worse than this.
You should have left a note.
But
they should have left a note.
I go back in. I'm calling, trying to get the car towed, and I couldn't afford to get the car. That was another one of the terrible things that was going on. I thought I had my dream job, but it turned out to be a complete nightmare. So I resigned. So I'm living off my savings. So I'm like, got to put this on hold. I'll get it towed tomorrow. So I go back out there to get some of the information, you got to get to let the folks know you got to get the car towed. I walk out there. The car is completely black. I didn't have a black car. I had a periwinkle blue car. But why is my car all black? Because it had been set on fire that night by some vandals.
Really?
And I stood outside again, and I said, oh, my God.
Wow.
I said it couldn't get any worse, but I guess wrecked in total is bad.
That was the intention.
On fire is worse.
Oh, you put that intention there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during one of those times, though, I remember going for a walk, not because I was trying to get healthy and fit. I did not need another disappointment. And to me, weight loss and fitness and health was all about, you do well and then you fail. So I wasn't thinking about that. I had to go walking just to clear my mind. And I live near the lakefront, so I would sit by the waves, and I would imagine that as I was talking about things like the story I just told you, that the waves were taking those things out and ushering in something fresh and new.
Good.
As I sat by the lake. And things started to change. It's so interesting. These, my lakefront meditations began to change me, and I had this moment, and I said out loud with my mouth, I am going to be my best friend. Because one thing I know about myself is I'm a good friend.
Good.
And I began to say things like, I'm not going to say anything to myself that I would not say to my best friend. So if I wouldn't say to her, you're so stupid, why do you do this? Then I'm not going to say that to myself. But we have said mean things to ourselves. You always forget things, or why did you say that? And everyone's looking at you. That does not look good on you.
Yes,
crazy stuff we say. I agreed with myself. I wouldn't do that. And that I would be compassionate with myself, patient with myself, not feeling like I needed to have the answers before I did something, or feeling like I should be over something when I really wasn't. Because, as women, we're like, we're strong, we got to keep going, being okay with not being okay. And that set off a transformation from within that I'm still on the journey of.
Yes. Oh, I think that's fantastic. That's beautiful. And it's good that you took the time for yourself and just walking out. I took the time to drive and find a stone fence. Yeah. These things, on those bad days, instead of just forcing yourself to plow through, really it is stop and say, okay, I need a break right this minute. I need to focus on something different. I need to find something better. And that's what you did. And lo and behold, the water, which is so healing and so beautiful,
I love the water,
was there to start to help facilitate that for you. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful story. And so how, if people are in this place, can you give people an idea? Some people have been carrying this weight for so long. What is one thing that they can do to start facilitating this connection with their spirit and who they really are underneath all that, and how to start this process of losing?
I would say, first of all, to get rid of all of those traditional ways and methods. Like, don't even think about what you should eat. Not right now. Not thinking about how you should be working out. Not right now that you need to focus on that. Start creating one productive habit at a time, and then measure your success by your integrity, not by the scale, not even by, using the measuring tape, but by what you say. So, for example, if you decide that today I'm going to drink just water and tea, or coffee, or whatever your thing is, today, that's it. I'm going to eat whatever I'm going to eat. I'm going to work out or not work out. But today or this week, I'm drinking more water.
Cool.
You don't even have to measure
good.
the water. I'm drinking
People can
more
do
water,
that.
you know?
People can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the week, it's not this, okay, let me get on the scale. You know how it goes. All right, let me take my bracelet off. Let me take my hair tie off. That might weigh 2 pounds. Let me get this together. And so then it's not all this anxiety around the scale, because I had so much anxiety around the scale. I would get on there, and no matter how well I'd done, it would throw me off. But when you're measuring yourself by your integrity, you're basing your success off, did I do what I said I was going to do? So if I said on Sunday that this week I'm drinking half a gallon of water each day, or this week I'm going to park a little bit further and then walk up to the building, or anything less than 3 flights I'm going to walk, whatever it was.
And it's just
right.
Then you got to look at yourself and say, I did that. Mm-hmm. Yay for me.
Yeah.
You know?
And then that is a victory.
That's a victory.
You did that. That is a victory. It doesn't matter if the scale says you weigh the same or you weigh more, or even if it says less.
No,
the point is, did you do what you said? Even if you only picked 2 days that you were going to do it, which is still better than 0 days, which is what we were doing.
I love it. So how do people find you?
Well, I am very active on Instagram. I am there like every day. So Wisdom, the number 4, weight loss. Wisdom for weight loss on Instagram and also on Facebook. And then my blog is the title of the book, which is Running in, I-N spelled out, church.com, runninginchurch.com.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for helping. And for all the listeners out there, I'll tell you, there are so many ways, so many things we want to accomplish in our life, and weight is one. But when we start looking inside ourselves, the answers are always there. So if you are having trouble with anything in your life, walk through nature, find that source, or do a meditation and look inside. Thank you for listening, and I'll tell you, this is the ease and betterment cue for this life. Namaste, and thank you, queuing.
This has been 30-Minute Moments featuring Alena Chapman. If you missed an episode, download it now at wowo.com.
Podcasts by Federated Media.